So this is what I imagine it to be with just the rainbows. Yeah, this is freaking pretty. This is so pretty. Look at that. Hey everyone, it's Jeannie, and today I'm back to share these two cards featuring Erin Lee Creative's hot foil plates. So she has a ton of hot foil plates coming out today, and I think they're super pretty. There's some florals, there's rainbows, there's even the solid plate. So this is the sketch floral plate that I'm using. So I have it facing up, and then I have my silver foil pretty side down on top, and then a piece of paper, and then I put the plate, and then I wait for it to heat up. Then I'll remove it and run it through my Gemini Junior. So I have the foil press because I have the Gemini system on my table, and I figured that would be easier than pulling out my manual die cut machine every single time, and it works really well for me. Of course, if you have the manual machine, you can have the Spellbinders version, which is the Glimmer, I think, and that works just as fine. But also with Erin's new release, they have a solid plate, and the solid plate allows you to use your leftover foils and not waste them. So I'm going to go ahead and use that sketch floral foil leftover, put the solid plate on, pretty side down with the foil, paper on top, and then I'm going to wait for it to heat up, run it through my die cut machine, and do the reveal, and it's so pretty because you gotta use that whole piece of foil. Additionally, I'm gonna go ahead and foil a bunch of sentiments as well. These sentiments come with coordinating dies, so you can cut them out after you foil them. So I foiled these on black glossy cardstock, which is also found in Erin Lee Creative's shop. And I really like it because it works really well with the foil. However, I did get some overfoiling. These sentiments are pretty dainty, so I'm not surprised, but I just went ahead and took an X-Acto knife and scraped off any excess. It works really well. I wouldn't use the sand eraser because I think it'll scratch the paper, but the X-Acto knife worked really well. And normally on regular cardstock like Hammermill, I would just use the sand eraser. So it happens. It's just a little fussy. You kind of have to figure out what works best for your machine and your combinations. So I use Hammermill or I use Glossy cardstock, and those usually don't require a shim. But I know other people that have the same exact machine, same exact items, need a shim. So it's kind of funky in that way. So for all the sentiments, I went ahead and used the coordinating dies to die cut them out, and I'll save them for a bunch of cards later as well. So for my first image, which is just the sketch floral hot foil plate, I did on silver on white Hammermill cardstock, and I thought that it's kind of hard to see silver. It's really pretty, and it gives that like embossed effect, but not. And I wanted to add color to it, so I went ahead and just ink blended a rainbow array of colors right on top, and the foil is ink resistant. So you won't get it on the foil. You can use a microfiber cloth to wipe off any excess. And I think it's just really pretty because of the fact that the silver is kind of hard to see on white, especially in photos. Hot foils are so hard to photograph. It just kills me because it just doesn't show off how pretty they really are, especially with the reverse. I just went ahead and went through all the colors of rainbow. Didn't really blend too crazily. The Hammermill paper is really smooth, so it's pretty easy to blend on that too. So for adding it to my black card panel, I did want to mat it. I used double-sided adhesive, and then I released the corners and kind of fold it back so I can line everything up and make sure that it's straight before I really like press it down. And this way really helps me make sure that everything is lined up, and it works really well. I do it all the time. I usually cut it for my videos, but wanted to show you. For the sentiment, I'm just going to go ahead and add glue to it. It's super simple. These cards are so pretty without any extra bling or anything extra needed because the floral background itself with the foiling just stands out. And then with the sentiment, it just kind of brings your focus right to the middle of the card. So I am so happy with the first card. And then for the second card, I'm just going to use the reverse and do the same exact thing. And of course, there's more foil on this, so you'll be wiping off a lot more ink, but the colors of the rainbow will peek through in all the white areas, and I love how this one turned out. It's such a pain to photograph. Like, you can see my camera in the reflection. It's so annoying, but there's no other way because I have to film it and it points directly onto my card panel. So yeah, I thought that this was a good video to come back with. I know I said that I would be making more videos, but I did go on vacation for a little bit and I was in a mad rush to get everything set up for while I was gone, so I didn't have to worry about it. I also have been given a table in San Francisco for like this festival for handmade artists who are selling like their handmade items. I'm going to be planning on selling my cards, so I'm really excited for that, but it's also a lot of work because my inventory of cards is really low. April is a really busy month, but I plan on making as many videos as possible, and hopefully I will get back into the swing of things. So with this second card, I'm doing the same thing. I'm matting it on black. I'm doing the same double-sided adhesive trick where I remove the corners until I have it lined up, and then I'll adhere it to the panel. Then I'll do the exact same thing. I'll pick out a sentiment and glue it directly into the middle of that card. So these cards are really simple, but I don't really see that many people ink blending on the foil panels, and I think it's something that is really fun to do and easy. So I really liked how these cards turned out. I hope you do too, and I will be back with more cards very shortly. See you guys next time. Bye.